Alright, so the project at hand right now is with this hot tub. I want to do a little maintenance to it before the season starts, and I'd also like to do a few improvements. So for maintenance, the biggest issue I had last year, which still was pretty minimal, was the surface of the seats. Some people complained they were a little too rough. So I'm going to take a surface grinder and just kind of grind that all smooth. The other thing I wanted to do was with this area over here where the fire is that heats the water. So the problem kind of was that since the fire was here, it was too hot to really use these seats because the fire is only like 2 feet away. So what helped a lot was putting this fireplace screen here and stacking these glass blocks, but they all kind of cracked because they weren't meant for heat and they fell in the water once. So I want to do something better than that. I got a fireplace door over there. I may try to install that. Alright, so the other thing I kind of want to do is with this fireplace, I would like to maybe get some type of chimney over top of it. Alright, so let's get to work. Let's start on fixing this coating in here first. Alright, so the plan is to use this grinder with this surface grinding disc to just kind of smooth this all out. See how it's kind of rough in some spots, especially here. Alright, well that actually works really quickly. It brings that color back out too, that dye I put in that concrete. Alright, let me just set up some box fans to blow the dust away. Well, I just finished that up, so I got the whole thing pretty much smooth. All the seats at least. A couple spots need a little mortar, but that's no big deal. Alright, let's start working on this spot here. Yeah. It needs to be level. I just gotta trim these corners and then do some bricks. I put in these things here and these bands here, so now this door, it's attached. All right, to make up this gap here, I bent this piece of brake line about the same bend and use that as a stencil to make this. Anyone curious about the difference between a MIG welder and a stick? That's what the MIG did easily. And then the stick, I was having trouble. The problem was I'm welding upside down, welding thin metal to thick metal. So much easier to MIG. All right, let me just try to clean that up. That looks passable now. All right, so my plan with this tank, I want to make like a cover over that fireplace on the hot tub. I think it would make it more efficient. So the plan is I want to use this oil tank, I want to cut it in half and put a chimney on it, and then put some legs on it to cover up the hot tub. Now, this looks like I'm cutting up a nice oil tank here. I'm not. This tank is bad. It got a little wet spot. See this spot right here? That's how they start, where they look a little bit wet. All right, safety tip here. Whenever cutting or welding on a tank, always be careful what was in it, because a little bit of fumes will make these tanks explode, like gasoline. Now this had home heating oil in it, which is like the same as diesel, which is fine, but just to test it, see if there was gas in there, that would have been bad, but that's fine. You know, I feel that's like an outside thing. I mean, I want it to burn, I just don't want it burning here. All right, that may have been more of an outside project. So let's let that exhaust fan clear the air in here and get back to work. All right, so that's it. The plan here is kind of for that to make this thing a little more efficient by trapping heat in there and then funneling all the smoke up a chimney instead of having it go anywhere. You know, there's more I could do to this, but let's light this up and see how it works. That seems to be working all right. May add some more sides to it, but I'm good with that. That was a quick project.